Welcome to Austin, Texas.
The guilt that I've gathered is like my friend's book of doubt.
Welcome to Russell Crowe and his band, 30-odd Foot of Grunts.
The pressure mounts. Now that you've said you will love that little girl for life.
I came all the way from Australia.
They've come from everywhere.
From Milan, exactly.
From Germany.
You've got to be the only guy in the line.
Probably one of the best live bands I've ever seen.
So afraid to begin, so afraid.
This is Russell Crowe at his other job, doing what he loves. And don't they love him?
August 11th was declared by the Mayor of Austin as 30-odd Foot of Grunts Day.
Now you're an honorary Texan, Kiwi, Aussie. Who else has claimed you?
The Welsh. My grandfather's from Wrexham. I'm such a combination of things like too, because there's Maori in there, and there's Italian, Scottish. There's a lot of things fighting for attention. All the warrior races, I mean.
The Australian film Romper Stomper was where this warrior actor first raged across the screen. A performance so edgy, so intense, so good, that when it came to Hollywood, it shut doors rather than opened them.
The movie came out, and then they heard that I was kind of going around town. They actively got involved in basically stopping me from being able to take meetings with certain people and stuff like that, based on the fact that apparently I was a real skinhead.
When you get to know Russell Crowe, he has a self-confidence verging on arrogance. But some of that hardness is because he didn't become a superstar overnight. He did it tough as a jobbing actor.
For me, man, it's always been a long, slow build. I've never got anything for free, I'm not the bloke who got discovered in the supermarket. I did my first job in front of a camera when I was 6 years old. I didn't do my first lead role in a feature film until I was 26. So that's an apprenticeship, I think it was probably about 2 years from the time I first went to Los Angeles before I got actually signed on and did a film,
2 hard years.
Yeah, well, 2 long years. I mean, they're the shoe-selling years, I call them,
Get out of the hospital! A naked guy with a gun. You expect anyone to believe that?
If you watch the audition that won him the role in LA Confidential, the role that made him a star, you see the focus, the concentration.
What it is justice.
This was the moment, as Russell told me, where preparation paid off, and he seized the opportunity.
Cut me some slack. I used to be a cop.
Leland Meeks, never heard of you.
They call me Buzz.
I don't give a rat's ass what they call you. Now keep your head down and stay there, Buzz.
Even as a young performer, I would learn my dialogue so I could say it backwards, for no other reason than simply the mental exercise of being completely prepared. And that's what people would pick up on. I would come into that room.
You manipulated me into this.
That's bullshit, Jeff.
You greased the rails.
You're not a robot, Jeff.
His anguished performance as a whistleblower in The Insider earned him an Oscar nomination. Crowe's talent filled the screen, quite literally, as he packed on the kilos to transform himself into a much older and much heavier man.
Man, it was so funny. I mean, I was really Brando-esque in that period of time, I remember Nicole Kidman coming around to the house I was staying at, and she was like, "Oh, God, what have you done to yourself?" I was just a big round thing with no hair,
To become that whistleblower, the real person, how far did you go?
Well, the main thing for me, and this is only something I've really learnt about myself recently in terms of the way I approach a character, I've got to be able to look in the mirror and see the outside. Then I can work on the inside, because there's no point of you constructing everything on the inside if, you're wearing clothes that might suit you but have nothing to do with the character.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true emperor, Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Gladiator was final proof that Russell Crowe is Hollywood A-list, one of the stellar few who can carry a $100 million movie. Becoming Maximus required the kind of effort and endurance that Crowe's becoming renowned for.
Did you spend weeks or months getting ready for that? Fit enough for it?
That was about a 5-month build-up to that. And the first 6 weeks of heavy training, nothing happened, you know? And I was like, ooh, dear, this is going to be the fattest Roman general in the history of the cinema.
While much of this Roman spectacle was generated by computer special effects, the sword fights and the big cats were all real.
There's a lot of actual rubbish about the Tiger stuff that I've read and everything. To anybody who thinks that all of that is constructed in a computer, it's a toolbox, you know?
The big cat is there behind you.
It's right there, mate, you know? And the only reason he's not running towards us is because, you know, he's kind of relaxed where he is at the moment. But don't get him pissed off. I mean, some very serious situations with that, you know? Bloke had, you know, got bitten all the way through his arm, you know? So it's dead serious stuff. You got to get that timing right, or you're going to have a really new special friend all over your head in a minute, you know?
There's no doubt Russell Crowe loves to play to the crowd. But watch him in a recording studio and listen to him sing, and suddenly a different side to the man opens up. A tender, almost vulnerable side.
I can read you when you're sleeping. I can feel you when you're breathing and breaking into.
They are very personal, raw, emotional songs.
Yeah.
You seem to be saying things in your music that you wouldn't say any other way.
That's right. Completely. I mean, last night I was having a joke about that song. She's not impressed. And one of the lines in it is, you know, I want babies, but not right now.
A lot of hands went up in the crowd last night. But
completely changed now, you know. I mean, it's 3 or 4 years ago, but now, you know, it's like they're not right now, but disappeared, you know. It's like...
You want to have babies?
Yeah, I want to have a family and, you know, all that sort of stuff.
On screen, he has wooed some of Hollywood's most beautiful women. The gossip columns would have us believe he's romanced most of them. Every time he steps out, the rumours start.
He paid me.
You can see it build up in the newspapers. I'm watching it with all this sort of relationship stuff they're putting in there at the moment. It's a concoction of some kind of image which suits them.
You can understand this idea, though, of having to live in the American movie where the blurring of what is real and what is Hollywood is lost.
But you meet people like that every now and then that, you know, they believe it. A movie star is a made-up concept. You know, somebody back in like 1924 or 1925 thought, now how can I get people to keep coming back to the movie house to watch my films, you know? And so the whole concept of, you know, emphasizing a particular person is a marketing tool, you know? You got to understand that. You got to know it.
A man intensely private about his real feelings, he hates the tabloid treatment of his life, especially the obsession with his grand friendship with Meg Ryan. No matter where they go, the paparazzi follow. And this has been going on since Russell and Meg met on the set of their movie, Proof of Life. It was literally in the script that they fall in love.
This whole concept that because you're famous, you're public property, who the came up with that? Where does that come from? You know? I'm just getting about doing my job.
What if you've got a script like in Proof of Life that requires you to fall in love? What do you do?
But I've done that lots of times, you know? Pretty much every movie that you make's got some aspect of that in it, you know? It's pretend, mate. That's what the job is, you know? The fact that you might make grand friendships during the course of these experiences is not unusual either. There's a thing running in a magazine in Australia at the moment. It's a series of photographs, and there's a woman, you know, walking nearby me, right? But the captions are something like, "The allure of the beautiful brunette took heartthrob Crowe's focus." And it was one of my attorneys. So, you know, she's really happy that she's having an affair with me now because she reckons it's just what she needs. But
Wait till you get the bill.
I never thought of it that way. Damn.
Russell Crowe has always believed in his own destiny.
Change the rules.
On his own terms.
Now on, all the fights are fair.
He may be the best actor of his generation.
That obvious, huh?
It's practically stamped on your forehead.
As brilliant as the early Brando. But having done it the hard way, the man himself is wary of the adulation, aware that fame is a double-edged sword.
If this life of yours were really a movie, if we had it all, at this point the critics are saying wonderful, bravo, but what are you going to do with the rest of the movie?
Probably a dance sequence, Jeff, I think. It's all about waves though, mate, and they come and they go, right? So once they've set you up as a bad guy, then they can write all these stories about you as a good guy. And once everybody believes you're a good guy, then they can bring out the bad guy stuff again, and it's all just bollocks, you know? Life is far more complicated than that, you know?
Having built you up, though, into this Hollywood hero, you're expecting it, that will come, that someone will want to cut you down?
Oh, of course, you know, and it's probably the very next film. As soon as I do one that doesn't quite work, you know, the knives will be out, you know? I mean, they're already out, they're just being sharp and, you know, they're glinting in the sun.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minute segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.